G'day. I reckon this may well be the best job interview question you've never been asked. What will you do if you do not get this job? Imagine being asked that question in a job interview. You've sat down, you've gone through all the tough questions that they've thrown at you, you've given great answers, you think everything's gone pretty well, and you're getting just towards the end of the interview, and they hit you with that. What will you do if you don't get the job? Now, I reckon it's a great question because it's the sort of question that is going to blindside most candidates. Most candidates are probably not going to have a ready-made answer for a question like that because it's not the sort of question you would expect to be asked. And it's interesting also because how do you answer that truthfully? Is the truth that you are going to apply for any old job you can get because you desperately need a job? That's a truthful answer and actually a pretty good answer, I think. Are you going to apply for a job at their competitors because it's an industry and a job that you really want? Are you going to apply for any other job within their company because you really like that company? I mean, there's a number of different ways to answer that question, and none of them are specifically right or wrong. And that's not really what a job interviewer would be looking for, probably, out of asking a question like that. What they're really looking for is how you respond to it, because it forces you to think on the fly. It forces you to think on your feet. And how do you respond? And how, do you have a ready-made answer for it? Probably not. Are you able to think on your feet? Are you able to do that coolly and calmly, or do you get all flustered? I think it's a fantastic, fantastic question. Interestingly enough, it's not one that I've picked up out of a job interview that I've done on either side of the table. It's actually something I picked up from a Netflix series I was watching the other day called Traitors, I think it was, on Netflix. So I reckon that is, without doubt, the best interview question that I'm going to now throw into all of my job interviews. So whenever I'm interviewing with somebody, whenever somebody's applying for a job and I'm interviewing them, I'm going to ask that question at some point in time. So if ever you happen to be applying for a job with our company and you happen to come up against me in an interview, you'll now know what question to prepare for. I'd also be interested to hear what's the toughest question that you've ever faced in a job interview. I reckon that would actually be pretty useful to a lot of people because there's a lot of people out there right now that have lost jobs or looking for new jobs, and these are the sort of things that I think might help them get ready for a job interview. So if you've got a tough job interview question that you've asked or been asked, stick it in the comments below and share it with everyone else and see how we go. Alrighty, that is it for today. I do thank you for your time, and I will be back again tomorrow. See ya.